बहुत जुट जाएगा।
ये तो सुधाकर सर बहुत सारी जगहों पे अब ये बड़े फ्लैश पॉइंट्स दिखाई देने लगे हैं। अब थर्ड वर्ल्ड वॉर के बारे में अभी आपने कहा ही कि
कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हमें अपनी अचीवमेंट्स का एहसास बिल्कुल भी नहीं होता है कि हम
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आईसीसी वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप का 20वां मुकाबला पाकिस्तान और वेस्ट इंडीज वुमेन के बीच खेला गया, जिसमें बारिश की वजह से मैच को 20 ओवर का किया गया था, जिसमें पाकिस्तान वुमेन की टीम ने मैच को जीतकर भारतीय टीम के लिए सेमीफाइनल के रास्ते खोल दिए हैं। और साथ ही इसी हार के बाद वेस्ट इंडीज वुमेन की टीम वर्ल्ड कप से बाहर हो चुकी है। तो क्या है पूरी खबर की जानकारी बताएंगे आपको इस वीडियो में। लेकिन इससे पहले अगर आप भी वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप के सभी मुकाबले बिल्कुल फ्री में देखना चाहते हैं तो हमारे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन कर लें, क्योंकि हम हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल पर अपने सब्सक्राइबर्स के लिए प्राइम मेंबरशिप ले लेते हैं। दोस्तों, आईसीसी वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप का 20वां मुकाबला हैमिल्टन स्टेडियम में खेला गया, जिसमें पाकिस्तान और वेस्ट इंडीज वुमेन की टीम आमने सामने थी। हालांकि मैच के शुरू होने से पहले बारिश ने मैदान में दस्तक दे दी थी और बारिश के चलते मैच को 20-20 ओवरों का किया गया था, जिसमें पाकिस्तान वुमेन की टीम ने टॉस जीतकर पहले गेंदबाजी करने का फैसला लिया और पहले बल्लेबाजी करते हुए वेस्ट इंडीज की शुरुआत बेहद ही खराब रही, जिसके चलते कोई भी बल्लेबाज क्रीज पर टिककर बल्लेबाजी नहीं कर सका, जिसमें वेस्ट इंडीज के ओपनर बल्लेबाज डोटी ने 27 रनों की पारी खेली, जिसके बलबूते पर वेस्ट इंडीज की टीम ने 89 रन 7 विकेट के नुकसान पर बना दिए और पाकिस्तान टीम को मैच जीतने के लिए 20 ओवर में 90 रन की जरूरत थी और लक्ष्य का पीछा करने उतरी पाकिस्तान टीम की शुरुआत बेहद ही खराब रही और पाकिस्तान टीम को भी पहला झटका 23 रन के स्कोर पर लगा, जिसके बाद पाकिस्तान के बल्लेबाजों ने शानदार बल्लेबाजी करते हुए इस मैच को जीत लिया और पाकिस्तान टीम ने मैच को जीतकर भारतीय टीम के सेमीफाइनल में जाने के लिए रास्ते खोल दिए हैं, क्योंकि वेस्ट इंडीज की टीम वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप के फाइनल में तीसरे स्थान पर बनी हुई थी और इस मैच को हारने के बाद वेस्ट इंडीज की जगह पर भारतीय टीम तीसरे स्थान पर पहुंच गई है, क्योंकि वेस्ट इंडीज की टीम ने अपने 6 में से 3 मुकाबले जीते हैं और वहीं भारतीय टीम के मुकाबले वेस्ट इंडीज के नेट रन भी बहुत कम है, जिससे पाकिस्तान टीम ने वेस्ट इंडीज को हराकर भारत को सेमीफाइनल में पहुंचा दिया है। दोस्तों, आपकी राय में क्या भारत की टीम वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप का खिताब अपने नाम कर पाएगी या नहीं, हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइएगा। और साथ ही वुमेन वर्ल्ड कप से जुड़ी ऐसी ही लेटेस्ट खबरों के लिए हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा।
द कश्मीर फाइल्स को लेकर जहां पहले ही जाति पात के नारे लग रहे हैं, वहीं अब इस पर काजोल और अजय देवगन बुरी तरह से फंसते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। दरअसल हिंदू पर्व होली को लेकर काजोल ने एक वीडियो पोस्ट करते हुए कहा, सुरक्षित होली मनाते हुए पानी बचाएं।
Save water and play Holi with whatever you feel like, but have a happy and safe.
पर काजोल को ये नहीं पता था कि ये ज्ञान बांटना उन्हें को पड़ जाएगा भारी, क्योंकि इस पर एक्टर शैलिन चोपड़ा और बीजेपी मंत्री अरूप यादव के साथ साथ सभी उन पर भड़कते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। शैलिन चोपड़ा ने काजोल के इस ज्ञान बांटने पर कहा, ज्ञान सिर्फ होली और दीपावली के समय ही क्यों पेला जाता है? इतनी दिक्कत क्यों होती है हमारे ही त्योहारों से? बकरीद और ईद के समय ज्ञान क्यों नहीं बांटा जाता? वहीं मंत्री अरूप यादव ने भी अजय देवगन पर तंज कसते हुए कहा, अजय देवगन विमल का विज्ञापन करके लोगों को गुटखा खिलाकर उनकी जान जोखिम में डाल रहा है और ये होली पर सेफ्टी का ज्ञान दे रही है। यही नहीं, ऐसे कई और गालियां उन पर पड़ रही है। एक यूजर ने लिखा, आ गई मैडम ज्ञान बांटने। तो किसी ने मजाक उड़ाते हुए कहा कि सेव वाटर और यूज विमल वाला थूक। तो किसी ने ये तक कह दिया कि अगर आपको होली नहीं खेलना तो मत खेलो, पर ज्ञान तो मत पेलो। तो किसी ने उन्हीं के फिल्मों पर सवाल खड़े कर दिए, ये कहकर कि अपनी फिल्मों में तो वाटर सीन किए जाते हैं, तब याद नहीं आया। तो इस तरह काजोल को ही अपना ज्ञान बांटना अजय देवगन और काजोल दोनों को ही ले डूबी। तो फिलहाल आपका क्या है कहना, इस पर कमेंट पर बताइए। और ऐसे न्यूज
बांग्लादेश 200 ब्रॉडगेज रेलवे कोचेस का एक मेगा ऑर्डर अनाउंस कर चुका है। अपनी फ्लीट को बढ़ाने के लिए बांग्लादेश का ये ऑर्डर भारतीय रेलवे के लिए एक सुनहरा मौका बन सकता है, अगर बांग्लादेश इस ऑर्डर को पूरा करने के लिए कॉम्पिटिटिव टेंडर निकाले। हम ये इसलिए बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि पिछले कुछ ऑर्डर्स बांग्लादेश की तरफ से बिना किसी बिडिंग प्रोसेस के चाइनीज कंपनीज को दिए जा रहे हैं। 1704 करोड़ टका की कीमत के इस प्रोजेक्ट को कंप्लीट करने की डेडलाइन जून 2025 रखी गई है और ये बांग्लादेश का ऐसा पहला ऑर्डर है जिसमें 4 एम्बुलेंस स्लीपर कार्स भी बांग्लादेश प्रोक्योर करने वाली है। बांग्लादेश में फिलहाल 468 ब्रॉडगेज कैरियजेस ऑपरेशनल हैं, जिनमें से 190 कैरियजेस अपनी सर्विस लाइफ कई सालों पहले पूरी कर चुके हैं और जिन्हें चला पाने में बांग्लादेशी रेलवेज को खासी दिक्कतों का सामना करना पड़ रहा है। 200 कोचेस के ऑर्डर में 80 नॉन एसी चेयर कार्स, 42 एसी चेयर कार्स, 25 एसी स्लीपर, 16 चेयर कार्स कम डाइनिंग कार्स और 26 एसी पावर कार्स विद लगेज एंड गार्ड ब्रेक शामिल हैं। इसके अलावा 6 से 7 लगेज वैन्स भी इस ऑर्डर में शामिल की जाने वाली है। आपको बता दें कि बांग्लादेश भारत से ज्यादा चाइना की सीआरआरसी और इंडोनेशिया की पीटी इनका को प्रायोरिटी देती है। इसके अलावा ये भी सच है कि एक्सपोर्ट ऑर्डर्स के लिए भारतीय रेलवेज फॉरेन मार्केट में उतना कॉम्पिटिटिवली बिडिंग नहीं करती, क्योंकि आने वाले 2 से 3 सालों के लिए सभी रेल कोच फैक्ट्रीज के पास कैपेसिटी से ज्यादा ऑर्डर्स मौजूद हैं। ऊपर से 2024 तक करीबन 102 वंदे भारत ट्रेन को ऑपरेशनल करने का टारगेट रखा गया है। इसलिए कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि शायद ही भारतीय रेलवे इस टेंडर में पार्टिसिपेट करे। पूरे बांग्लादेश में 3093 किलोमीटर की रेलवे लाइन फिलहाल बिछी हुई है, जिसमें से केवल 880 किलोमीटर की रेलवे लाइन ही ब्रॉड गेज पर आधारित है। आने वाले 30 सालों में बांग्लादेश पूरी रेलवे लाइन को ब्रॉड गेज में कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिशें कर रही है। इसलिए आने वाले सालों में कुछ मेजर ऑर्डर्स इस रीजन से देखने को मिल सकते हैं। ये काफी अजीब बात है कि भारत से बॉर्डर शेयर करने के बावजूद बांग्लादेश अपने मेजर रेलवे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दूसरे देशों को देना पसंद करता है। फरवरी 2019 में साउथ कोरिया को 20 लोकोमोटिव्स का एक ऑर्डर मिला था। वहीं बांग्लादेश ने हाल ही में
Also known as a permanent way, train tracks provide a dependable surface for trains to roll along. They are a cornerstone of public transport, but did you know they can be significantly more interesting than you might realize? Not all railway tracks are a bog standard straight line.
A very good evening everyone and a very warm welcome to the first spotlight event of the ISB Leadership Summit 2020. Today, we have with us an individual who needs no introduction. A mystic, a spiritual guru, a life coach, someone who has touched and inspired millions of lives.
Good morning everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook, via YouTube streaming and via Skype. Facebook streaming is still restricted because of some suspected activity. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, we are taking topics here and there. Is love unconditional? Is love unconditional? First of all, let me ask you, what is unconditional? Is there anything, forget love, that is unconditional in life? Conditions are always attached to everything around you. There are always conditions. Are these conditions reasonable or unreasonable? That is the only way you can distinguish. If the conditions are reasonable or unreasonable, that is the only way you can distinguish what is reasonable in varying degrees for you, may and certainly will not be so for someone else. What you consider reasonable conditions may not be the reasonable conditions for someone else. The problem is that we are calling human transaction as love. Indeed, human transactions are human transactions. People come together for various needs. To learn together, you may form a kind of association. Maybe two persons will sit in library and discuss the subject matter. People may come together for physical needs. People may come together for psychological needs. People may come together for emotional needs, the physical needs, the psychological needs, the emotional needs, financial or social or combination of various needs as well. They can come together either for physical need or for psychological or for emotional or for social or financial or for various combination of needs. These are transactions that everyone has to do at various levels of life. What we call love is a certain type of sweetness of emotions within. What we call love is a certain type of sweetness of emotions within. Right now, your condition is such that you are not able to trigger the sweetness of your emotions without the help of someone. You cannot sit by yourself and feel the sweetness of the emotions. For this you need someone else. This means without the help of someone, you are unable to express your emotional sweetness. You think your emotions will be sweet only when you have the company of someone. Does emotions of love or hate, anger or tranquility, pain or pleasure happen within you or without of you? Does emotions of love or hate, anger or tranquility, pain or pleasure, and all such duality happen within you or without of you? If such emotions cannot happen within you without outside support, that means you are a very low-tech machine or mechanism. If these emotions cannot happen within you without the support of other or outside support, that means you are a low-tech machine or technology. In a car industry, technology has improved so much that now you do not need to push the car to start as used to happen many years ago. Even in extreme cold, your car can start. Or you can even use the remote to start your car from your bedroom or from your living room. Technology has improved so much. Have you developed any such technology that you can be loving sitting right here without the support of him or her? Have you developed that technology? Nothing is stopping you to be loving right now without any support. If you have made yourself a human being with a joyful mind and a loving heart, then you will conduct various transactions in a sensible and graceful manner. And what is this called? This is called relationships. If you have made your mind, yourself a human being with a joyful mind and a loving heart, human being, made yourself a human being with a joyful mind and loving heart, then you can conduct various transactions in a sensible and graceful manner, and these are called relationships. Love is one aspect which is within you, unseen but realized truth, inner harmony and tranquility. Isn't it so? Love is one aspect which is within you, unseen but realized truth, inner harmony and tranquility. This is love. And relationship is a transaction wherein the other person is involved. In relationship, the other person is involved. This is always a compromise. There is no perfect relationship anywhere on this earth. There are always give and take. If you are running the relationship 51% your way, you are doing really great. But transactions continue sometimes in this or that favor. Any transaction will sustain only if it is beneficial for both the parties. Does it not matter if it is a marketplace, friendship, or love, or marriage? If the other person is not competent enough, you have to make sure that the other person also benefits. Otherwise, it will not sustain. Let's say the marketplace. You are a very well-established businessman. You are running a business. Even if the other person who is working by you may not be competent enough, but you have to make sure that the other person also benefits when there is profits. You share the profits or whatever way, otherwise it will not sustain. Even if you are doing the business, if you want continued customership, you must make sure the benefit, even if one does not ask for it. In business management, there are two terms: cost and benefit analysis. Customer pays for a commodity, so he is paying the price for that commodity that he is buying. But what benefit is he getting over that? Suppose you are dealing in the appliances and so. The after-sales service, the efficient service can be the extra benefit that makes you different than the other. We have started along the same line one service. When a customer comes in to our place, we have like a coffee, tea vending machine. We offer complimentary teas to those who want it, to every customer. And in addition to that, other services, If you want to know about a particular dish or anything, how to make it, feel free to call me and I will respond to that. All my cookbooks are available free for download. Anybody can download in PDF format. These are the extra service for which these customers do not pay anything. And this such service is not available in other similar kind of businesses in the country. So it is always cost and benefit analysis. If you are doing business, if you want a continued customership, you must make sure that he benefits even if he does not ask for it. So I ask everyone to join the business group, because on the Facebook page, there is a Facebook page and a group. In the group there is an option of files, and in the files you can keep the PDF books or so which people can download at their own will and pleasure. So even yesterday a person came, he asked about a particular, he was going to make something. So I said, do this, download the book, and if you have any questions you can call me and I will walk you through the entire recipe and the way. It is like you are learning to drive, so you have to follow the basic tenets of driving, instructions, and after that you can take liberty leaving the steering or using one hand, but in the beginning you have to follow the instructions. Do not look at love or relationship from the perspective of Bollywood culture or Hollywood culture. You simply move with your own perspective. Human emotions and human thoughts happen within. Human thoughts and emotions happen within you. Will you keep them pleasant or unpleasant? When you keep them pleasant, what happens? You are naturally loving and your emotions will be sweet. When emotions are sweet, people want to be in your company and cherish your presence. This is what the awakened ones do. They keep the things pleasant, naturally loving, and then people cherish your company and presence. Be a wonderful human being. Everyone will want to be with you. Sometimes it happens when a customer comes, tells me that I didn't see you. I said, I am always in the morning. If you want to talk to me, you can come in the morning or give me a call. Sometimes I even open a packet of a particular item and share it with the customers. Two things happen. The customer feels feels like he is welcomed. And then the other thing happens, if sometimes people are afraid of tasting something new or buying a new item which they are not familiar with. If you give them a taste of it and they like the taste, immediately they buy it. And one more thing, in order to gain the confidence, give the confidence to the other, I am explaining to you because of the business. The same thing principle you can apply in whatever field of operation you are in. The customer says, but I don't know about this. I said, you take this, open the packet, use it, and if you are not satisfied, you bring it back without any question. I will refund the money. So that shows how much confidence I have in my products, how much confidence I have in my capabilities. That is what you have to reflect in yourself. Once you are satisfied, you are confident, you are overflowing bliss, will you not share it with the people or keep it up to you? First, allow the flower to blossom in you. Its beauty and fragrance can never remain contained within you, whatever field of operation you are in. Whether you are a taxi driver, whether you are working in an office, or you are in business or in something else, that fragrance will disseminate in anything that you are doing. Be a wonderful human being. Everyone will want to be with you. No trick will be needed for them to be with you. You don't have to play any trick. Simple mathematics. A person comes in, I am selling something, can I offer you a cup of tea? I said, this is complimentary from us. Oh, sure, we will try it. And when they taste it, they said, what kind of tea are you serving me? So they keep on coming sometimes for these extra benefits that they are getting. So what they are getting in the process of the cost and benefit analysis, they are getting more than what they are paying for. So no trick will be needed for them to be with you. Relationship becomes easy. Does not matter which way you play, it works. You have nothing to worry about what to do. When you are a wonderful human being, a wonderful person, you can conduct your relationship whichever way you want. It will work because they wanted it. Make yourself wanted. And you can make yourself wanted only by being a wonderful person. There is another such question, small questions. Is consciousness is bounded. Bounded means that is limited by the boundaries. As a human being, our consciousness has not yet reached the unbounded horizon. Limitless, infinite horizon, unbounded. There are religious, political, cultural, and so many boundaries that limit human potential and create conflict and chaos. It is simple as it is. However, when it manifests at the ground level, it becomes very complicated into something that you cannot solve just like that. We have created the boundaries. In the making of a nation, it is the sovereignty that is important. Nations exist not because of its geographical borders, instead for other reasons as well. People can change many things, move within boundaries or cultures, but geographical sovereignty cannot be compromised and dragged for too long. There are not yet fixed boundaries between the countries and between the nations. Instead, these are known as line of control that remains out of control most of the time, are invaded at times for various reasons. In addition to that, there is a mindset. You are fighting for your own mindset, and they are fighting for their own mindset. This always happens. Even in relationships, you are fighting for your own mindset, your partner is fighting for her own mindset. The two mindsets are always in conflict with one another. Man always thinks in terms of external, in terms of big things. In case of a woman, she is not interested in what is going to happen in Lebanon, what is happening in US-Ukraine conflict. She is interested in the home. My children, my husband, my home. The children, their welfare and so. So the two minds are totally different. For peace of one of them must change their belief system, and that seems impossible unless consciousness changes. Wars cannot come to an end unless the consciousness changes. Two ways it can be resolved. Either wisdom can be used to resolve the conflict between the different mindsets or the ideologies between a relationship. If it is not possible, then the other methods have to be used. I am not proposing any other method. My focus is on creating an understanding is more important. Creating a loving heart, creating being a human being, then you can resolve anything that you want. Anything that you want. The two people, when they get together, they come from different cultures, may come from different cultures, and do not follow, do not understand each other's belief system. Do you want to not enter into such relationships? The most important and unfortunate dilemma of being, this is the most unfortunate dilemma of being a human being. This must remain within a human, otherwise this dilemma, otherwise you will become an animal. There are different sides of it, more profound. It is based on human intelligence and greater good for humanity. Human intelligence and greater good for the entire humanity if you are working on a broader perspective. If it is in case of a relationship, then the entire family. Is it inclusive? Is everyone inclusive in your decisions or exclusive? There is one more short question I will take. There are two things, ambitions and passions, and life. We say in life we need these ambitions to be fulfilled. What is more important, fulfillment of life or the fulfillment of your ambition? Is fulfillment of life is important or fulfillment of your ambition that you have created, a passion that you have created? Do not have any ambition or passion, but you are capable of doing everything in life passionately. Do not create a passion, unnecessary passion or ambition, but do everything passionately. Do this, live life this way. As far as I am concerned, there are two things, morality and integrity. As far as I am concerned, I have no morality. I am speaking on camera. I have no morality. My integrity is the consequence of my humanness. Integrity is more important to me than morality. My integrity is the consequence of my humanness, inner values that I cherish. Those who consider themselves moral, or they focus on morality, have done most horrendous things to the planet in many ways. You believe what you are doing or saying is correct. What to talk about the others? Even your own children do not consider so. Priests and all such people have done so much wrong things simply because they think they have a moral right. Why? Because morality has become sublime for you, and for this you have put humanity to sleep. Morality has become important, not humanness, not humanity, and you have put it to sleep. If your humanity is on, what does it mean? It simply means you know something like, you know something If your humanity is on, what does it mean? It means simple. Do you know something like a reptilian brain? It is the size of your fist or the size of a crocodile brain. This is the kind you have. Also, in addition to that, you have cerebral cortex that makes you human. It is the cerebral cortex that makes you human and gives you various sense of being different than other creatures. Let me explain. What does humanity means? Look at dogs. They are leashed. Once they are let loose, they will go all about doing their ritual. And what is their ritual? Urinating. And what does mean? Do they have a urinary issue or a problem? No. What they are doing this to increase their boundaries, their kingdom. Dog's entire existence is about boundaries. Dog only thinks about its territory, and that he established that territory like an Alexander in his own way. Therefore, all those who are thinking from that aspect of brain capabilities will always think in terms of boundaries. Essentially, to be a human being means you have moved to the other dimension of intelligence. You have moved to the other dimension of intelligence where you are always looking how to break all boundaries, be limitless. Look at yourself. Where you are, you want to be more. You go on and on like this. What do you think? how much more do you need to settle for good? If somehow I make you the king of the planet, will you be fulfilled? Will your life be settled? Do not look at me hopefully that I will do that. Certainly I will not commit such a blunder of making you the king of the planet. Once you become the king of the planet, you will look towards the stars, the solar system, the galaxy, the Milky Way. There is something instilled in you. There is something instilled only in human being, the quality that you want to expend limitlessly. You want to expend limitlessly. Maybe right now you are approaching that capacity in a constipated way. And this you call as ambition. Ambition refers to your longing to reach the limitless only in a constipated manner. Do you know that constipation grows only bit by bit if left uncared in the beginning? You do not need an ambition. Instead of ambition, what you need is an active, dynamic intelligence, and along with that, active, dynamic body to support it. Instead of ambition, you need active, dynamic, all-inclusive intelligence. And for that you need an active, dynamic body to support. Also, you have understood all your experience of life. They have been created and happened from within. All experiences of life happen within. You are creating nature of your experience. It is up to you to keep it blissful or miserable. That may be your choice. What you may want to do for your neighbor, that can always be debated. But for yourself, I think you may always want to have a blissful existence. You are 100% clear what you want for yourself. You want to be in the highest state of blissfulness or pleasantness, but for the neighbor, whatever you want can be debated. If you are joyful right now, dynamic, intelligent, and active in your body, what would you do? If you are joyful right now, dynamic, intelligent, and active in your body, what would you do? Will you work for some silly ideas in your brain, or work for something that is absolutely needed? Whether you want peace, love, harmony, ecstasy, bliss, whatever, it will happen within first as experience, and then it will trickle out. This is the fundamental quality of a human being. This is human quality that I call, and I want you to develop within you. As human, you create boundaries. How? This is friend, this is enemy, this is Indian, this is black, this is white. Like this, you go on creating boundaries. This is what I mean by humanness or human qualities. Either it has no boundaries, or boundaries are infinite, limitless. People from beyond physical boundaries in different countries connect with me in myriad ways. So when someone from somewhere, he or she may be approaching me for anything, should I share my being or presence or intelligence or some silly ideas? This is humanness. This is my humanness, uncaged, free, always ready to soar to infinite horizon like a bird floating in the limitless atmosphere that has no boundaries. Animal nature can be caged. As a human, you have evolved now, but that evolution is still by choice. You can take a backward step or forward step. The choice is always yours. When you choose to take a forward step in evolution, you are limitless, rich, ecstatic, but not powerful. Decide if you want to go in increments or installments towards infinite expansion, and that way you can reach in your lifetime. No. You cannot proceed in increments or installments towards the infinite expansion, and you think that way you can reach the infinite horizon during your lifetime. No. How to go about that? That is the entire work. At least you must look at it. Fulfilling ambition does not mean life is fulfilled. What is more important to you? You have to decide, ambition or life. You decide. No ambition can ever fulfill the life. Life always moves in steps. Neil Armstrong, who set the first foot on the moon, he said the single small step is a giant leap for humanity. First step is always necessary to take the final or the next step. But mind always thinks in terms of the next. Mind always thinks in terms of the next. Forgets about the first step. Do one thing. Skip this breath and take the next breath. Can you skip this breath to take the next breath? If somehow you succeed in doing so, then this breath will be your last breath. Future is a consequence. When it comes to education, specifically in management, we have become goal-oriented. What does it mean? Suppose you have a mango tree. Can you sit under the tree in a meditative posture for mango to come in your palms? You have to follow a simple process. And what is the process? Watering, nourishing the plant with manure. When mango is ripe, it will naturally fall. This is the consequence of your effort, your process. The problems get complicated when instead of handling the process, you focus on consequence. Success comes to those whose focus is not on the goal. On the contrary, they are devoted or dedicated to the entire process. You have to be devoted to what you are doing. If you do not do what you are supposed to do, where you want to reach will simply remain hallucination. Do you think this hallucination is? Do not think this hallucination is the making of the future. Hallucination cannot make your future. What you can dream of is only an exaggeration and hallucination without being devoted to the process. One can dream of something that you do not know. You know a little bit and you have exaggerated as your goal, and now you are living in hallucination. My blessing is that let your dreams never come true. Let your life be something that you have never dreamt of. Fulfillment in life is more important than anything else. Only this much for this morning. Until we meet again for another journey, take care and do have a pleasant day.